Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another feature of Pinball in a Movie. This time, we're going to be playing Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines from Stern, released in 2003, the same time the movie came out. Now, I want to talk about the movie before I get into the pinball table here. So, when the movie first came out back in 2003, I remember seeing it in theaters with my dad. So it was 2003. I was still in like eighth or ninth grade at the time. And so when I watched it, I really didn't understand. Still, I didn't understand the whole franchise or the story behind Terminator. I just kind of knew, bad guy, good guy. So I kind of that's the way I understood it back then when I was younger. But now recently, after having watched the first Terminator from the '84, and now T3 Rise of the Machines today. I watched it again today, and I absolutely loved it. I got a lot out of it, more than I did when I first watched it in theaters. And I was actually, before watching this, I said, "Oh, should I watch T2 again?" But I had seen that so much, and I already made a video for the table on Judgment Day, so I figured let me watch this one, and I loved it. I mean, when you compare, you know, T2 and T3, I think it really did a great job of living up to its standards. And interesting fact is, this movie, T3, Rise of the Machines, was not directed by James Cameron, who directed the first two films, which I found really interesting because it really held up well, with the story and plot, everything. The casting was really good. And apparently, this was according to Wikipedia, this was the budget they had for the film was 187 million. This is back in 2003, and the director received $5 million salary, but Schwarzenegger got 30 million. So that was like a big cut for him back in 2003. I also really like the casting. Not only did you have Schwarzenegger come back to play a reprogrammed T850, but I like the casting of Nick Stahl as John Connor, because he really looks like the actor who played his father. Who was it? Bane. Let me just look here. Terminator 1 cast. I know it was something. He looked a lot like Michael Bain. So that was a really good, if you look at the two actors together, they look really similar, which I really like. So it makes sense that he would be the son. And Christina Loken. Oh man, what a beautiful actress she is. And I only know her for this movie, but apparently she's played movies as Blood Rain, Bounty Killer, TV series called Painkiller. But I think I was opposed to having a female Terminator. I thought it was, why are they doing this? But I thought it was really kind of cool. I think she did a great job in really acting like a machine. No emotions whatsoever. So she did a really good job. They had a lot of great scenes, a lot of funny scenes as well. In the beginning, I don't want to ruin for those of you who haven't seen it, but they had great scenes. Alluding to Terminator 2, where Schwarzenegger walks into a bar and it's ladies' night. So there's also a scene in the movie where the female Terminator is getting stopped by a cop, and she grows her boobs to kind of make the cop not give her a ticket or whatever. So there's comedy in this movie, which I loved. Now we're talking about the story, and the story of Terminator 3 is really good because it opens up where John Connor is John Connor is living off the grid because he doesn't want to be found by these Terminators from the future trying to kill him, because as John Connor leads the resistance that eventually takes down Skynet. So this female Terminator, the TX, is sent from the future to basically kill John Connor's allies in the Resistance, because it can't find John Connor himself, because as you see in the beginning, John Connor's living completely off the grid, no address, he's constantly moving places, so that this doesn't happen. So the next best thing for the Skynet is to kill John Connor's allies, and because probably it will, like it does in the movie, it leads them to John Connor. So that is the primary directive for the TX. But as you see in the movie, a reprogrammed T-850 is sent from the future to protect John Connor again. And so it's not the same model from Judgment Day, but it is, I think it's like one of the same models from, I think it's like the same, I'm trying to think, is it the same model? Like, no, it's a T800. Okay, so it's a T800. So in Terminator 2 you had a T800, so this one's a T850, which was reprogrammed by John Connor's would-be soon wife, Catherine Brewster, to save John Connor from the future. So I really like the story, basically, of really man versus machine, and the whole thing is the directive of the T-850 is to protect John Connor ultimately, and his wife, Catherine Brewster. So in the movie, Catherine Brewster's father is the person who is responsible for Skynet. He has developed Skynet, and this virus that's getting around is believed to be something not Skynet, but it is actually Skynet itself. The machines are becoming sentient, and so Catherine's father, General Brewster, doesn't want to, unleash the hounds, as it were, unleash the Kraken by activating Skynet, because ultimately activating Skynet was the worst decision. So, I thought it was a great movie. I'm loving the series. Like I said, I watched the first one I think last month, and then I watched this one today, and I just love it. My favorite scene from the movie, I don't want to ruin it, but my favorite scene from the movie is when Arnold and the TX, the female Terminator, are like fighting. Basically in this bathroom stalls, they're like, throwing each other, and it's just so awesome. Like, such a great film. So I highly recommend it to you guys who haven't seen it. Let me just see if there's anything else I want to say about the film. So I will be watching, I think the next one in the series is it Terminator Salvation from 2009. I did see that one as well, but this was before I really got into the whole franchise. So I think if we talk about how many Terminators, let's see here. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 6. So you got Terminator, T2, Judgment Day, T3, Rise of the Machines, Salvation, Genesis, and Dark Fate. So I'm going to be watching those 3 pretty soon. And I'm also going to rewatch Terminator 2 again, just to catch up. And it's amazing, like that. I used to just watch it because of the action, which I love, right? This movie, including T3, had a lot of action. But the story is crazy because it relates to today, where we have artificial intelligence now becoming a huge factor, in machines themselves. are becoming, one day, who knows, they could become sentient. Maybe there is a John Connor among us, Maybe there is this kind of a war going on behind the scenes that we don't see. So I really love it. Let's see. So a lot of people were saying that this table did not live up to the second table by Williams, but I highly disagree. I think this table does a lot of the good things that T2 did. I mean, it was also still designed by Steve Ritchie, so you still have that fast-paced gameplay. You have a cool mechanism on the apron where it's a rocket-propelled grenade that you hit some spot targets. I love that because, the fact that this thing is built within the apron itself. I've never seen something like that. You also have the cool toys. On the left is the TX. The female Terminator. On the right is the reprogrammed T850. This machine had custom voice lines from Schwarzenegger himself, and I think it does equally as good a job as T2, so I don't buy into that not being as good as T2. I think, T2, and being based off the great film that Judgment Day was, I think T3 and this machine held up really well. I mean, I think it was just as good as Terminator 2 in terms of story and production. And the fact that it wasn't produced or directed by James Cameron and that it was still as good is even more awesome to me. So without further ado, I thought let's go play the pinball machine. Here we go.
Welcome to Judgment Day.
Shoot here and here.
Oh man, so... Oh no, wait. Okay, it's starting on that. Really great special effects too for 2003. Like, if you like explosions, you like, this is definitely up your alley. So when we look at this table as well, you'll notice that there's a messenger ball in the middle that hits a spot target.
5, 4.
Oh, you also have a post in the middle, a drain post. Play into the drain post, guys. So we have lock is lit. Kickback. There we go.
Ball 1 locked.
You have an auto plunge there. Really love these red flashers. Also my favorite scenes from T2 and T3 are when the Terminator, you think about like how, man creates these machines, right? And they can be done for either good or evil, right? And that concept really plays out throughout the movie where, like,
shoot here and here.
Yeah, we have machines, we have technology that has been used for evil, but we also have machines, that has been used for good, It's a double-edged sword, technology with curing, different ailments in humans, but also technology itself has been also used for bad. Talk about weapons, you talk about
shoot here and here.
Computer viruses. But another... Okay, so look at the bottom here. We're trying to shoot the spot targets. Okay, how many did I get? I got 3 more.
2 more times.
1 more.
3, 2, 1.
Got it! I just barely got it. First time I've done that. And another interesting thing too is, in this movie, it's said that there is no central location for Skynet. And you think about technology today, there's really no centralized location for technology like that. Everything is on the cloud. So this film is futuristic in that sense too. It's just amazing.
Command Center 2.
I can't get enough of it. I'm gonna watch Salvation next.
Complete. Lock is lit.
Lock is lit. Okay, we can get a multi-ball here. Mystery award. Award escape. Okay, I want to get the multi-ball. There we go.
Ball 3. Lock.
Love the Terminator. I love these scenes from like Judgment Day in the future.
The ball has been
Let's get some jackpots, shall we?
jackpot.
And so the cool thing about the female Terminator, the TX, is it's more advanced than the than Arnold's version, the T850. It's even more advanced than on the T1000. It can control other machines, which you'll see in the movie. It can control other machines. It can like transform into other things and people. So I just love that. And what a beautiful actress, Christina
I'll be
Loken.
back.
I'm not gonna lie, she was really like sexy in that movie. Well, guys, I'm gonna keep it here because I haven't said a lot about the movie and played the pinball table, and it's my first upload for this table. Surprised I didn't have any for it, but I wanted to watch the movie before I made any comments. So I hope you guys got something and you learned something new about the movie or the table. Let me know what you think about in the comments below. Thank you for watching as always. Till next time, I'll catch you guys later. Or as Turner says, I'll be back.